Hey there on YouTube. Welcome to the set of the NFL Matchup Show here in downtown Mount Laurel, New Jersey, as we like to say, at NFL Film. Sal Paolantonio, Greg Cosell, and the hitman Matt Bowen. And this Arizona Cardinals, Dallas Cowboys game, let's give everybody a preview of what we're going to do on the show. And let's start with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I think the team understands that Dak Prescott and the passing game must be the foundation of their offense. They spent weeks and weeks trying to run the ball. They've not been successful. So they wanted to make sure that they got Dak Prescott back on track.
Short answer, why weren't they successful running the football?
I think they've had O-line issues, and I think Zeke Elliott does not have that same second-level explosiveness that he's had in the past.
And you look at that Arizona defense, that coaching staff, they looked at that Washington game, and they saw Dak Prescott throw it 35 times in the first half. So you know Dallas is making a conscious effort, as Greg said, to get Dak Prescott back on track, Matt.
Yeah, that's why I look at the safety position. Right now, Byron Murphy's the only starting cornerback we know is going to be up for this football game. Look at safeties Budda Baker and Jalen Thompson, how they're deployed and utilized in this football game. Split safety quarters, especially Budda Baker when he creeps down late in the snap count. What is he doing? Is he pressuring off the edge? Is he staying underneath as a robber? They need to be impactful players in this football game, especially in the middle of the field.
And from a percentage perspective, Arizona leads the NFC in blitz percentage. They will come after Dak Prescott in this football game. So what do you anticipate will be the place where Dak Prescott will go with the football primarily?
Maybe, Sal, only because they're down at corner. Right now, Byron Murphy is the only corner we know who's been a starter who will play in this game. So we know Vance Joseph likes to pressure, but it'll be very interesting given the wide receivers, the trio of wide receivers that Dallas puts out there, if indeed Vance Joseph will be as aggressive with blitz. My guess would be no.
Well, I want to come back to you on the Arizona Cardinals and Kyler Murray. You have studied every single snap the young man has taken at the NFL level. What's the problem?
Yeah, the last two games in particular have presented an issue for them, particularly on third down. The Lions and the Colts were very aggressive against Kyler Murray in that pass game with both blitz and man coverage. And Kyler Murray has a tendency versus pressure to backtrack, and you do not want to do that as a quarterback. So he's falling away from throws. There have been some throws that have been there to make, and he's not made them. They are going to have to figure out against a Dallas defense how to deal with pressure.
When you see that as a former safety at the NFL level, Matt, when you see that from a quarterback like Kyler Murray, what does that tell you and how do you react?
Well, what you're trying to do is try to heat him up, especially on third downs like Greg is talking about, try to force the football out of the pocket. What that allows you to do, it allows you to roll down late, stop your feet, flat foot read, and be much more aggressive playing top down. But what you have to understand with Kyler, when you do bring pressure, when you do play man coverage, when he gets outside of the pocket, that can be trouble for you. We know what he can do with his legs on second reaction plays.
Well, we've seen the signature of what Dallas does defensively, Matt, but when you plug in the tape, when you look at this Dallas defense, in the last couple of games, what has stood out to you that will be indicative of what they will do in this matchup against Kyler Murray?
Well, the first thing is, Sal, they have playmakers at all three levels of that defense. We understand that. Trayvon Diggs, Micah Parsons, DeMarcus Lawrence is now back on the defensive front. And with Dan Quinn, he has changed his defensive profile, the most man-heavy coverage team in the National Football League. And the other thing to watch in this game, how they scheme their fronts now. With those defensive linemen back, where is Micah Parsons off the ball? They can scheme their fronts, scheme their rushes to get Parsons the one-on-one they want. And a lot of times it's interior against a guard.
Real quick, what do you want to see Cliff Kingsbury do with Kyler Murray early in this game, as you said, to get him more comfortable and get him on track?
Quick game throws, get him out of the pocket with design movement.
Well, that's the NFL Matchup Show preview of Dallas and Arizona. Don't forget, Kyler Murray's never lost at AT&T Stadium. 5-0 at every level, high school, college, pros. He likes playing there. We'll see you on ESPN and ESPN2.